he took a chance on you. You barely had any film, right? You didn't have a lot of, pedigree in that world, but he took a chance on you. Then, looking at how compared to how it is today, where guys have to win right now. They don't take a chance on an Ike Reese in Cincinnati today as they would. So talk a little bit about that, the difference what you see from what you came out in versus today and the pressures that the coaches have.
Yeah, it's so much different. And I thank God I did come along at the time that I came, because I don't know if I would have been given the opportunity that Michigan State and George Perlis gave me. And I'm glad you brought up GP, because I would eventually got to coach. God rest his soul as well. Man, if not for him and his ability to open his arms to guys that a lot of universities wouldn't touch if they come from the same background that some of us came from. We talk about being a Spartan Dawg and what it means and all those things, and I know that has evolved and changed the meaning behind it, but the core of it is still there. And a lot of it is you're one of those people that people didn't believe in, but you're a fighter and you've overcome certain obstacles and adversities in your life. And George Perlis had an affinity for those type of kids. And he saw potential in kids who didn't see potential in themselves. He saw potential in those kids that maybe didn't come from a pristine background and had some character flaws or issues, but just really needed guidance, maybe some tough love, some structure, things that you would get in two-parent households that are in middle-class America versus coming up in a single-parent household in the inner city where you're surrounded by nothing but obstacles and adversities, where people try to pull you down versus try to help you ascend in life. Like George Perlis was able to find plenty of those diamonds in the rough. And I thank God that he saw that in me to recruit me, not only recruit me, but to stick with me, knowing that I didn't have necessarily the extensive background in football that most recruits have, because he saw something in me that I didn't see in myself or believe in myself. I was more or less looking at going to Michigan State as an opportunity to get out of the circumstances I was in. I had no idea of the other avenues and opportunities that could be there and afforded to me by having an opportunity to go to a university like Michigan State, not only go to a university like Michigan State, but not have necessarily the financial burdens that most students have when they attend college. I didn't have to worry about that, like we didn't have to worry about that. And it's when I think about the people that was placed in my life to help me get to where I'm at, I always start back at the beginning, and it starts with him because he was the head coach. And I don't care what coach recruits you at that time, if the head coach isn't on board and is willing to stick his neck out for you, because he could easily take that scholarship and give it to some other kid if he wanted to. But they believed in me, and I promise you that I never wanted to let them down or let him down or have him regret giving me that opportunity. And that was always a part of my driving force and the motivation to not want to fail and succeed, just so he and others that gave me that opportunity could be proud of me. So yeah, George Perlis, I forever will always be indebted to him.